This starts off, it's quite sweet, maybe, definitely some sort of sticky rose, I'd say, or raspberry. No, it's rose. Oh, it's very pleasant, that, actually. It's quite well, there's rose. Maybe a soft bit of leather in the background. I'll come back to that. That's very nice. Right, so next up we have not that you can see that, amethyst, and this is one of the Mystery Rosa Salas ones. I think they're inspired versions, so we'll go for that on this arm. I'll try not to forget where I've sprayed everything. Right, and whilst we're waiting for that to dry, we'll go back to this. Oh, that's strong, that one. This is it's got something, there's a bit of spice now in it. Smells a bit, I think there's cumin in this. It's not overly, you know, horrendously sweaty, but it's got a bit of that about it. Maybe some dry woods. Yes, it's alright. I like the opening more, but it's not bad. Right, I'll come back to this amethyst. What am I getting from this amethyst? Well, it smells a bit like a humbug at the moment. If you don't know what they are, they're like these little toffee sweets with a streak of licorice and mint through them. It's got this kind of dark, almost burnt kind of sugar about it. Oh, it's nice, this, actually. There's maybe a bit of pepper there. Right, I'll come back to that. That's very nice. It's kind of semi-gourmand. I'm not sure what it's inspired off, if I'm honest. Oh yes, there's more pepper now. Right, I'll go to the next one. These are all totally first impressions as well, by the way. And this one is Ceylon, which is tea to me, so I wonder if it's anything to do with some sort of tea. And right, go back up to this one. Oh, this one's, I mean, this amethyst is, I get why it's called amethyst, although I don't know what it is, but it's clearly very dark. Amethysts are them black jewels, aren't they? Oh, it's nice. Right, anyway, Ceylon. Oh, this is totally different. This is, oh god, I can't think what fruit this is. It's gonna, but it smells slightly boozy. Oh god, it's really juicy fruit. It reminds me of something. It reminds me of something straight away. This. Oh god, what's it making me think of? Hang on. Okay, I'm back. I've tried to think what it's a bit like a cream soda mixed with a cloudy lemonade. And this is sweet. It's not pineapple. Maybe it smells a bit like lilt as well. Maybe it's mango. Yes, it's mango. It's definitely mango. I've no idea what notes are in any of these or anything. But yes, it's mango. And oh, it's lovely. So yes, I'll come back in about half an hour with them settled down. This one of Scott's is yeah, it's a bit I don't want to keep saying sweaty. It doesn't smell awful, don't get me wrong, it doesn't smell awful, but there's definitely a good dose of cumin and like a very dry wood. Yes, so I'll be back later, folks. Okay, I'll keep it very brief. Otherwise, with there being three, it's going to go on forever and ever. Now, when it started, there was like a lot of strong flavours. So once it settled, my nose settled. So anyway, we'll start with Scott's Little Mystery one. Now, I've got notes, obviously, 'cause it's been 3-4 hours, but it's still primarily to me leather and cumin, and there is the sweetness came back, and the leather's quite a smooth, shiny leather. Now I don't know anything about it, obviously, but it makes me think of them. I did have the thing in my head. Hang on, I'll come back and I'll remember. Okay, I can't remember the brand. But it's them people who make, you know, like the green leather, the Italian leather, the African leather. The name will probably come to me at some point. I'll probably have a look after this and come back later. But it reminds me of something they might make. You know, it's that kind of plasticky, shiny leather. But I think it's cumin anyway, is very strong. It does seem to work. It might not be up my street, this one, but it's certainly a good quality one, you know. The blending's really there. Yeah, I mean, the ingredients are good. I mean, like I say, the cumin isn't too much, doesn't totally take over. And there is maybe some wood, or like I say, incense, because there's something sharp there. Anyway, that's that one. We'll come back once more with a conclusion on them. Next up, we'll start with Amethyst. Right. Now, Amethyst, it got a little smoky and there was some sweetness. I was thinking maybe it's frankincense or something resinous anyway, and very lovely. Touch of something floral. And I wanted to say iris in the darkness because it has that kind of sweet but almost soapy kind of thing. Don't quote me, don't know if it's iris. There was also a touch of booze with the pepperiness. Now that kind of boozy feel's gone down. It's woody, and it's got that kind of, is it cedarwood or sandalwood? That kind of match stickiness to me, which is a note I've discovered. I need to find out what that is, but it is very nice. The pepperiness again could be incense because of my mind's way of confusing them. There was like a little almost chocolatey phase, but again that's kind of gone. It's got more soapy and ambery as it's gone on, and yeah, there's definitely some woods there. Again, don't quote me, don't know what it is yet. When I do, obviously I'll tell you. I'm thinking this is something Prada like. I can't remember what it's called. It doesn't, obviously I don't know, but it is something along them lines that Prada would maybe make like a darker one of them. Might be totally way off the board. Anyway, and last, this is Ceylon. Now, the tropical fruity feel goes through it, and I want to keep saying mango, and there was a touch of fizz, and it was like a mango cocktail at first, but as it slowly develops, that you get the musks coming through, which are blooming beautiful. Maybe there is a hint of something smoky or incensey in this. Again, not 100% sure. And I'm sure I get a slightly powdery sweet rose with it, but it's still tropical, but there's some sort of powdery, possibly fruity thing running through the background. And again, as now we're at like that 3-4 hour stage, but maybe a bit of the whole Coca-Cola vibe, but you know, like one of them Cokes with a twist of something extra in it. But yeah, so I will come back later with a conclusion, so this doesn't go on for 7 hours on each of them. Alright, thanks folks. Okay, so about 8+ hours in, probably a bit longer actually. Can still smell them all, which is a good sign. This one from Scott, take a few more yet wearings. It's maybe the cumin that's kind of put it off me, but it's kind of I can still smell it like that smooth kind of shiny leather, still with the spices going over it, and it's Memo Paris that I was thinking of, you know, the leather collection things. Okay, next up is this Ceylon, or Ceylon, or whatever. One that's the same name as some tea. I've got absolutely no idea what it's inspired by. It does it does dry down to, I think there's a touch of leather in the base as well. Obviously some amber, and it does have that cokey vibe, but there's still that slight tropical kind of thing over it. Yeah, it's an alright one. I did enjoy it. When would you wear it? Is it a summery one? Yeah, I think so. Very good. Now, finally, last but not least, is Amethyst. Now, the more this is wore, the more I'm sure I know what this is. It's definitely got a certain kind of familiarity to a Prada. I can never remember what they're called, but it's kind of Prada / Midnight in Paris. I don't think it's Midnight in Paris, but it definitely has that kind of, that lovely kind of slightly powdery, resinous kind of loveliness to it. And in the dry down, what I forgot here, I did pick up a little bit of ginger, but it's just there's a bit of freshness, and maybe even a touch of tobacco, but maybe that's just me overthinking it. And now, actually, as I smell it in the dry down, might even get a hint of orange. Well, that depends what I've been doing with myself during the day, because that's quite come from nowhere. But yeah, possibly my favourite, I think, is Amethyst, although they're both so different it's quite hard to compare them. This one's probably more for the colder weather, which again, you know me, it's probably why I like it so much. Anyway, I'm waffling, so I think this is some sort of Prada, no idea, not sure, but I think it's a Memo Paris, maybe.